Buckeye Nation still reeling tonight from the Marathon Board of Trustees meeting that ends with Ohio State suspending its football coach. It all comes a week before the 2018 season kicks off. Good evening. Thank you for staying with us tonight. I'm Mike Jackson.
I'm Colleen Marshall. In a late-night news conference, Urban Meyer apologized for his mistakes, making a promise to students, fans, and the university. But the sideline coach will still be absent when his team takes the field next weekend. A 3-game suspension was the punishment handed down last night by top university leaders. Those were the results of a 2-week-long investigation by the university. It concluded the coach's treatment of a former assistant was clouded by his devotion to the legacy of his longtime mentor. It also said that while Meyer didn't cover up domestic violence allegations involving Zach Smith, he failed to follow the precise requirements of his contract. The decision came after interviewing more than 40 witnesses and combing through thousands of pages of text messages, revealing that Meyer might have tried to delete some of those messages. But the head coach is not the only one facing a suspension. Athletic Director Gene Smith will also be on unpaid leave for 3 weeks next month.
Now, with the release of the investigative report late last night comes a number of additional details about Zach Smith's actions, both on and off the job. NBC4's Ted Hart live tonight outside the Woody Hayes Athletic Center with more on what's in the report. Ted?
Well, and Mike, last week, as we first reported, Zach Smith was arrested in 2013 for operating a motor vehicle while under the influence. He did not report that, did not disclose that, the football coach, Urban Meyer, at the time. But as we know now from this investigative report, really that was just one of a series of issues for Zach Smith. Investigators found extensive evidence of misconduct by Zach Smith in his time at Ohio State. On a recruiting trip to Florida in 2014, Smith ran up a significant bill at a local strip club, along with another OSU coach and one or more high school coaches. Urban Meyer was made aware of that and made changes to the coach's manual as a result. After Courtney Smith filed for divorce in 2015, Zach Smith's job performance suffered. He was regularly late to practice and workouts and failed to appear at scheduled recruiting visits. Coach Meyer was not aware of Smith's sexual relationship with a secretary on the football staff or him taking sexually explicit photographs of himself, including at the White House on a team visit in 2015.
There was some behavior going on that maybe I was unaware of, but I should have been aware of it. So I fully support our president's decision and respect it.
And the investigative report also discloses that Coach Meyer has had some significant memory issues in some other situations. It mentions medication that he has taken that can negatively impact memory, focus, and concentration. Local for you and live at the Woody Hayes Center, Ted Hart, NBC4.
Thank you, Ted. As Ohio State's football program turns its collective eyes toward the season opener next Saturday, the program will still deal with some long-term fallout from this Urban Meyer investigation.
Sports Director Jared Smalley has more on why it will not be a simple return to the work for the head coach.
That's true, Mike. Last night, Urban Meyer sat on the stage and looked, as you might expect, a little frustrated. That was reflected in some of his comments. For example, this question about Zach Smith's ex-wife, Courtney, who alleges domestic abuse by her ex-husband.
What message do you have for Courtney Smith?
Well, I have a message for everyone involved in this. I'm sorry that we're in this situation. And I'm just sorry we're in this situation.
That specific answer was widely panned by national and local critics as tone-deaf to the serious nature of domestic violence. However, in the OSU report, the committee determined Meyer did take domestic violence allegations seriously. Meyer will return to work September 2nd, then to the sideline for an actual game, September 22nd against Tulane. But Meyer's road to restoring his credibility will be a long one. After reviewing Ohio State's 23-page report last night, it became clear Meyer will have to repair his credibility when it comes to the future of the program, specifically with recruiting, and I wrote about that road ahead for him on a column, which is now up at NBC4i.com, and that's specific to recruiting.
Yeah.
He's going to walk into recruits' houses now, face the children, face their parents, and have to explain to them what all went on here And on top of that, he employed Zach Smith, and we now know what all Zach Smith was doing in addition to his work responsibilities. And he enabled that. He admitted as such, and likely because of the relationship with Earl Bruce.
Right, the grandfather of Zach Smith.
Exactly right. That could be an issue as well in terms of your management, your decision-making skills. So recruiting-wise and otherwise, it's an issue that the Meyer coaching staff and the university are going to have to work through.
And a lot of people say once this team starts winning, that will help people forget.
Winning never hurts.
Yeah.
And certainly when you get to December and recruiting season begins, if Ohio State's holding a national championship trophy, that's not going to hurt either.
Alrighty.
Thanks, Jared.
Okay.
Well, you know, you can read a lot more about Jared's in-depth column and scroll through a summary of the university investigation. Just go to our website, NBC4i.com, and click on the Sports tab.